Hey there, my friend. This is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi from the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project, and I want you to start looking at your poop. Poop does not get the respect it deserves. It's a taboo topic. People want to do their business, quickly wipe, flush, and it's a huge mistake when it comes to your health and fitness. Poop is information. It is the exit of the food that you ate. It is as essential as the food you put in, the food you get out. It tells you so much information about your health. So I want to talk about this a little bit as a concept, and I'll give you some advice as well to improve your digestion. But first off, I need you to start to understand this human body a little bit more. The human system is basically a tube. It's centered around this tube. From your mouth to your anus, you are a tube. And the food you put in runs through this whole tract and eventually ends up in the toilet. And through that process, it is digested and broken down. It is assimilated into the whole bloodstream and then it's used, I guess. So digestion, absorption, assimilation. This whole process needs to happen well for good health. And we know when digestion gets disrupted, when there's problems in the digestive tract, when we're eating foods that aren't agreeing with us, that are inflaming us, that are causing GI issues, our whole health goes to shit. It's the truth. Good digestion is the foundation of good health. And poop tells us about the quality of our digestion. Because I'm sure you've had the experience before when you're eating very healthy meals, you have good healthy poops. They're easy to come out, you don't need a ton of wiping, and I'm sure you've also had the experience where you had that crazy fast food meal, you had those 99-cent Del Taco tacos, and then the next day you're on the toilet, you're crampy, you're bloated, you feel like crap. Maybe it's the cheese dip, maybe it's the burgers and fries, whatever it is. I know you've experienced what it's like to have good healthy digestion and the foods that make you feel bloated and change the quality of your poop. So this is great because we can use poop as information to tell us how is our body responding to the foods we ate. And our poop, well, first off, a couple things. Let's talk about frequency first. Biologically speaking, you should have a bowel movement for every single meal that you eat. There is a reflex called the gastrocolic reflex. Gastro, stomach, colic, colon. Every time that the stomach stretches, when it's filled with fluids or food, the colon relaxes and is able to bring food out because it's the body's way of saying, oh, we got more stuff in, let's make sure it comes out. So this gastrocolic reflex is supposed to work well in good health. So every time we eat, we have an evacuation movement. How many times are you pooping per day? That is huge information on the quality of your enteric, which means gut, nervous system, and how well your digestion is running in general. So I'm happy if you have one solid great bowel movement per day. I'd say that's a good minimum. If you have 2 solid bowel movements, even better. Maybe even 3. There's definitely some individual variety based on this. There's gender differences, there's age differences, there's hormone differences. But point being, if you have the sense that you're not pooping quite enough, this is an area to focus on. Because when you do get this digestive tract flowing better, your health will improve. And now, I also want you to start to figure out the kinds of foods that work great for you. There's this whole conversation around health, and we put foods in healthy categories and unhealthy categories, and I wish it were that simple. Turns out that there are certain foods in the healthy category that might not make you feel great, but they might make me feel great, and vice versa. There's certain foods that work better for our individual bodies. How do we figure that out? Well, after we eat something, we pay attention to how that thing makes us feel. And we also pay attention to what is the quality of the poop afterwards. If you're lactose intolerant, you know this intimately. You have dairy and you don't take a lactate tab or some lactase enzyme, you're gonna have consequences later. Why? The lactase is not present in your body, you're not breaking down those milk sugars, you have GI upset distress. Same thing happens with all sorts of different foods for different people, and you'll never figure out what foods work great for you unless you start paying attention to both your energy after you have a food and the quality of your poop. So poop is information. It's telling you how well you're basically eliminating and absorbing the foods that you're regularly eating. If your stools are very, very hard and dry, then you have some degree of constipation. And this, let me explain basically a constipation to you and hard, dry stool on one side and very watery diarrhea on the other side. When we're constipated and those stools are very hard and dry, they're taking a long time to move through that digestive tract. And as they're moving through and they're sitting in the colon, all that water is getting sucked up and you end up having a really hard rock-like stool. That means your digestive tract is not moving fast enough. So how do we speed it up? Well, we drink more water. because every time we drink more water and fluids, it stretches that stomach, gets that gastrocolic reflex going. That's a good benefit. And we increase our insoluble fiber, the kind of fiber that we get from green veggies. Fibrous material helps move that digestion through. So more fiber, more water helps. Now on the other end of the spectrum, when we have diarrhea, very watery stool, this essentially means that that food and those fluids that was either frank, maybe we got some kind of food poisoning, or things are moving through so fast that they're not getting a chance to really well form and become a solid bowel movement. So we need to actually slow down gut transit time. And if you're having consistent diarrhea all the time, there is likely some inflammation going on your digestive tract. If it's acute, it could be some kind of, there's a lot of different causes that it could be. It could be some gut pathogen, it could be a viral illness, it could be an inflammatory gut condition, IBS, IBD kind of things, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, in that category of things. Definitely pay attention to that because we need to get you having those proper bowel movements. So another thing that can really help to improve your digestion and your pooping is making sure you're getting enough magnesium. Magnesium is an essential mineral that so many of us are deficient in our modern diets. And one of magnesium's main actions is relaxing our blood vessels, so good for high blood pressure, and it also helps us poop. And magnesium is found, not surprisingly, in those dark green leafy vegetables, some cacao powder, so the raw chocolate powder. It can also be taken as a supplement. And you'll find if you're constipated all the time, try increasing your magnesium intake. It oftentimes helps a lot with digestive issues. Now, another thing, we can't really talk about poop unless we're talking about the probiotics, those good healthy bacteria that line this entire digestive tract. We want healthy probiotics, so we can either supplement with probiotic supplements. There's a ton of different varieties out there. Another great idea is to actually eat fiber-containing foods. So those dark green leafies are really great, but apples, oatmeal, blueberries, all these different kinds of foods have fiber in them, and those fibers are what our gut bacteria love to thrive on. So this is a reason why having a higher fiber diet is wonderful for having a healthy and diverse gut microbiome. So fiber is your friend when it comes to healthy digestion. And it turns out if you are a person who has diarrhea a lot or constipation a lot and you correct your gut microbiome with supplementation and a healthier diet, then guess what? Oftentimes it corrects your pooping. So in summary, I think the main things are pay attention to your poops. They're telling you dynamically exactly what's going on. If you have a poop that smells really bad, then you actually had some kind of malabsorption happening. If it's a different color, make sure you check with your doctor because there are some certain medical conditions that can be really bad. If you have like dark tarry stools, it could be from iron, it can be from bleeding higher up in the GI tract, but pay attention to this stuff. And I also want to urge us to make this not so much of a taboo topic. We talk about the foods we eat. Well, guess what? These are the foods coming out the other end. And they're also giving us information on how our body interacted with that. So let's talk about poop. Let's focus about it in our own lives on how our poop is the quality of that is indicating a lot of stuff for the quality of our health. So I hope you found this valuable. We have a lot of videos on our channel that deep dive into these specific topics, like the best green vegetables and how to eat them in a way that they're actually enjoyable. A lot of great stuff on probiotics and those prebiotic fibers. The main point here is this conceptual thing. Poop is information. You are a tube. And I hope you use that as a mantra today and you go forward and you have an amazing day. So if you found this valuable, my friend, if you learned something new today, hit the like and the thumbs up button. It really helps YouTube send this video far and wide across their algorithm, and it helps our channel grow a lot, and we really appreciate it. And if you did like this and you want more videos like this on health tips, but also specific diet plans for losing weight and building muscle, free workouts, form tutorials, how to get and stay motivated, then subscribe to our Fit Father Project and Fit Mother Project channels. I think we have over 500 videos at this point, and we're publishing new videos every single week, so you'll get notified when we publish new videos if you check that little bell and you subscribe today. We'd love to have you as a member of our community here on YouTube. So thank you, my friend. Go forth, figure out the foods that work for you. Get healthier poops. It's an indication of your health. I hope you found this valuable. I'll see you around the channel, and I'll talk to you very soon.
FitFatherProject.com